You might think that after driving a Dodge Challenger Hellcat during the week of the Woodward Dream Cruise, 7 days with a diesel-powered Volkswagen Golf SportWagen would be a letdown. You know, like following a shot of Jack Daniels with a sippy cup of Metamucil. But it ended up being perfect timing. Right at the end of my Challenger loan, I signed my name what felt like 1,241 times, handed over a very, very large check, and officially bought my first home. The SportWagen arrived on moving day, and I set about putting the long roof's hauling ability to the ultimate test, schlepping everything I own to my very first house. SportWagens, like Metamucil, can often be very good for you. The wagon's cargo area isn't dramatically bigger than the standard Golf, 30.4 cubic feet versus 22.8, unless you fold a second row down. With the seats flat, the Golf SportWagen's advantage nearly doubles, to 66.5 cubic feet. But it's not just the extra space that makes moving things a lot easier. The rear hatch is more defined and sits atop a lower bumper. The load height is just 24.8 inches, while the tailgate opens to an aperture of 40.6 inches. It also opens high enough that your 6'1" author can stand tall below it. In short, loading stuff into the back was a breeze. While you might expect the Golf SportWagen to make short work of a bunch of boxes, it was easy to add larger items into the mix. I hauled nightstands, a large desk chair, and even all 4 pieces of a king-size IKEA bed frame with a minimal amount of fuss. That said, Volkswagen uses nice materials in the cargo compartment of the Golf, so if you frequently move a lot of stuff, expect to see visible wear sooner rather than later. If you prefer to move people instead of things, rest easy knowing the wagon mimics the Golf hatchback's 35.6 inches of rear legroom. Moving locally meant a lot of back and forth trips. Between the actual move itself and the subsequent running around, I put 600 miles on the Golf SportWagen during my week-long loan. But with this car, I could have done way more and wouldn't have found cause to complain. The Golf's cabin is a great place to be. The material quality is top-notch, and while the overall styling isn't as clean or as classy as something like the Mazda 3, the cabin feels like it's a step above the rest in terms of fit and finish. It isn't the big-ticket items that impress me. It's the little details, like LED reading lamps in the rear, that make the Golf feel premium. Other subtle touches include contrast stitching on the two-tone leather red seats and a parking brake that has a piano black topper and real leather material. The wagon isn't a sporty car, but it has a driver-centric feel. The cell-specific sport seats were almost certainly plucked straight from Autoblog's long-term Golf GTI, minus the plaid, of course. They're comfortable and heavily bolstered, while the flat-bottom steering wheel's rim is just the right size. Like the parking brake, both the wheel and shifter are wrapped in black leather. Nice touches, for sure. Volkswagen offers the Golf SportWagen in both gas and diesel varieties, and opting for the TDI is kind of a no-brainer. The 2.0-liter turbodiesel produces 150 horsepower and 236 pound-feet of torque, but more impressively, it'll return 43 miles per gallon on the freeway. My result.